Hello everybody, Haunted the Truth, Mark here, and I am here at Glenside, what I like to still call the asylum, now a university. Opened in 1861 as Bristol Lunatic Asylum, built in this Victorian fashion as you can see right here, and it used to house the mentally ill. Back then, all sorts of mental health conditions were housed within these sorts of asylums, anything from Down syndrome, autism, right the way up to the criminally insane. It was in these types of facilities that electroshock therapy was first introduced around 1930s or early 1940s as a safer alternative to chemical-induced seizures to treat conditions like severe depression, schizophrenia and mania. Other methods such as lobotomy were also used in places like this before being completely phased out in later years. During World War I, this place was converted to help the war effort and was renamed to the Beaufort War Hospital. It was then later reopened in 1951 as a psychiatric hospital and then closed in 1992. This is one of the only buildings in this area which still stands and has the original remains of the asylum to this day. Now there is actually still parts of this which are controlled under the NHS for mental health. There is a secure unit down there which some people say house the criminally insane. So this here is the chapel that was used as a spiritual care centre, opened in 1881. It is now a museum which includes most of the things that used to be within the hospital. There is a padded room in here. There's lobotomy in here, there's electroshock therapy in here, numerous other things that were in this hospital and Stoke Park Hospital are all still inside of here. Question is it haunted in here? Now there's no access into this place at night, and the staff who work here have said that they've never had any experiences. However, I did do an episode just under this area here, and we did have some strange occurrences. This can be found on the channel. The tower here that you see behind me was built in 1842, and it was used to sort of help schedule certain events throughout the day, and it used to ring a bell. It would help things with people getting to and from places or knowing what time things were going to happen. The bell was turned off during World War II and rang for the very last time during VE Day. It has never rang since, but the tower is still there to this day. So behind me here is one of the original entrances to Snuff Mills. As you can see, there's some fences here blocking the way through. Now, there is a story that June and Royston Shesby, the two children that were murdered here, were killed by somebody from this asylum. Now, I thought it was originally a patient, and I've recently heard that it wasn't a patient, that it may have been a member of staff. Although there is no official documents of this anywhere, and it's merely just word of mouth and wives' tales, you often do wonder, was this something that was simply wiped under the carpet? So you're probably wondering, what is this all to do with the paranormal and haunted stuff? Well, other than it being an old asylum and potentially a lot of people dying here for it to be ghosts per se, there is that story. But there's also a story here about the croft. So I am now officially inside because somebody has left the door open here, and throughout this unit is said to be the croft. This is said to be one of the most haunted areas within this entire building.
In and around this area and these sort of cavern looking places is the croft. This gated door takes you to one area, and the locked door here, which is now sealed due to asbestos, takes you to the main area of the croft, where not even the security like to go.
Right, that is that everybody. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Glenside Campus, formerly Glenside Lunatic Asylum. Hopefully you've learnt a little bit of stuff from this, even if it wasn't all paranormal and creepy. But the question is, do the people here that stay here have any stories? And would I ever be able to gain access into the areas that are said to be haunted? If anybody's watching this and can sort that out for me, please do let me know. Thank you so much. Subscribe, like and share. See you later.